Hello, Bucks fans. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about a undrafted free agent signing by the Buccaneers, and that is number 21, big boy Desmond Watson. This has been the talk of the fans. He's definitely has a lot of interest and should be exciting to watch play this upcoming preseason if he does get into the
Let the
game. It'll
pig
be
dog eat.
yeah, a lot of fun to watch him. And again, he's just so big, standing at 6'6", over 400 pounds, and but you can see like he's kind of nimble. He has some athleticism to his game, the ability to move, um, and get off blocks. But yeah, a lot to digest with Desmond Watson.
Yeah, so overall, big individual. Like that's literally why everyone has attachment to him. They're like, "Oh, stop the tush push. Just should put him next to Vita Vea." I mean, that's you're not going to make a roster just for one play, right? Especially a one play that happens at the goal line or one play that happens two or three times in a game. So we got to see, can this guy be a viable option to make a roster? And that's the question. Considering he was 463 pounds, he dropped down to 437. That's a long marathon he has to do to get to a playing level where he can actually be consistent on the field or even make the roster because he's going to have to make it with special teams or some fashion, most likely a practice squad. So you see some quickness, don't get me wrong, but just like a lot of guys are this big and this tall, their their leverage isn't there. They play too high. And a guy with this size, you should be able to manhandle some of these guys. They get through. How is this guy preventing you from getting through? It's all leverages. He's lower than you. He's pushing you off your spot. You can't push through him, and he's not even in the play. So it is frustrating to see a lot of it on tape. But you can almost say like, but then again, if he loses a little bit of weight and does play with pad level, maybe we got something. But that's like almost every player coming in the NFL, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like you talked about, it's about functional athleticism, and that's something that it's just not really there for him. And again, he can do a great job of being a space eater and just
Definitely.
clog the lanes and kind of maintain his gaps. That's not an issue. Like definitely he'll improve your run defense, no doubt. Kind of like he's almost like a throwback to Packers defensive tackle Gilbert Brown in a
Oh,
way where Gilbert Brown was just a monster of a defensive lineman and his ability to stop the run was clearly evident. But with Desmond Watson, it's just can he get into good enough playing shape where he can be provide an impact at the next level against NFL competition? That remains to be seen, but definitely the journey is going to be fun to watch.
yeah. I mean, either way, guy. This I don't know why I keep circling him like no one sees him on the field. Look what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So like either way, polarizing player based off of size. But let's be honest, he went to Florida because he was an overall good football player. You don't just give a guy a scholarship to play football for free. He actually had some athleticism. He has powerful hands, long arms, over 33-inch arms, bigger hands, 10 and an eighth, I believe it was. So he's got attributes. It's just his weight prevented him from getting into plays. Like, look, he's in the backfield, then it's over because you can't change direction. He doesn't really move much. So let's start with getting the weight down. Let's see. But like things like this that I see, look how much smaller this guy is. Again, this guy's just using leverage to his advantage and he prevents him from going. Like he's just getting his lower hips and pull him out of the way. Like he's out of the play. And then all of a sudden he just uses his weight on the guy and just punishes him for blocking him. So their power and strength is all there. It's just functional mobility and actually getting into plays because he didn't tackle that many guys individually. It was just him being in the way. You can use that to some fashion, but guys that are elite like Vita Vea, they finish plays or they make plays. He's just kind of contributing to the team. So, and then even here with the stunt, as you see him here, there's not much movement going on. He's just kind of running into guys. So there's ways he can be used, but it's going to be have to start with his diet first. And this ends up getting a sack. I don't know how he got this. Guy should have thrown it away, but it starts with him understanding he's got to get his weight down to eventually be something that can be molded into a defensive player.
Yeah, I think with what the Bucks are looking for with him right now, it's just can they mold him into something more like you said and building good habits, building the right work ethic. Because when you hear him talk, I think there's some, immaturity there and hopefully he can continue, to grow and get better as far as being more of a professional. and take this seriously. And it looks like he's trying to do that. Obviously with losing some weight, getting down to 437, but still a long way to go. But you can see like there's potential there. It's flashes at times with the ability to hold up the gap, get off the block, and then get into the play. But there's still a lot to be assessed and see what he can do actually at the next level. It's going to be, you know, probably a long road ahead for him, and we'll just have to take it day by day. But right now, you have just a massive human being that hopefully you can, mold into, something that could be, a depth player, a rotational piece, because at the very worst, he can be a very good run defender
Absolutely.
and make things easier for your defense.
And you've heard all these interviews he's already had because of his size. He's like, "Oh, I wouldn't put anyone ahead of me in stopping the run," as no one should be. You're a wall. You're a 500-pound wall pretty much, right? So no one should be able to move you. It's just what can you do besides that, right? You're not going to make the team just based off of being an immovable object. You got to be able to move yourself. So yes, he can maintain two guys, but like you saw in that last play, if he can get off of blocks and move forward and get involved in the plays, besides just being this giant wall that he is, he can take on two. Yes, he's strong. Yes, we got to see a little bit more movement skills. And like you said in the beginning of this video, preseason is going to be fun to see if he can learn. I mean, you're going to have Vita Vea, probably the biggest guy in the NFL to learn from, that's dealing with weight issues, but he's a damn good player. Get in touch with Vita Vea and let's see what we can build with Desmond Watson and see maybe even practice squad player.
Yeah, for sure, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts. Yes, exactly. Comment down below your thoughts of defensive tackle Desmond Watson. Let us know what you guys are feeling. Do you think he makes the team? And hey, if you guys want more of this, be sure to hit that like button, support the channel, and maybe we'll put out another film study down the road of Desmond Watson as well. So appreciate all the support. And with that said, until the next one.